Welcome students. In our last video, we had seen about installation of the Power BI desktop. And in this video, we are trying to complete our practical number 1. But before I start the practical number 1, I would like to show you the basic overview of the analytical process model. What is the analytical process model is nothing but identifying what is the business requirement, why we need to do the analysis. Then we identify the data source. The data source can be internal or data source can be external. Then from the selected data sources, we are selecting the data which you would like to use it for the sake of analysis. Further, we try to go for cleansing the data. So unwanted data or the empty data need to be removed. So that is where we are coming up with the next step called as transformation of data. And after transformation, we are trying to do the analysis of the data which can be interpreted afterwards, which will be helping the decision maker to take the appropriate decision. So the practical one, you can understand over here what I'm specifying, identifying data sources and selecting the data. The data can be internal, the data can be externals, and it might be coming from different data sources. Some data can come from the Excel, some data come from the SQL server, some data can come from the Oracle. So our Power BI should be capable enough to handle the data which is extracted from multiple data sources. So this is the practical which help you to understand how we can go for connecting to the various data sources, how we can incorporate the data in our Power BI desktop. So first I'm starting with the Power BI desktop. So this is what the Power BI desktop had started. And here I would like to go for importing the data from the Microsoft Excel as well as importing the data from the SQL server. It has been told to us in our practical that we can take the Adventures Works or the Northwind data or the Foodmart data, etc. Now let's begin with importing the data from the Excel. Sample files will be uploaded by me on a Telegram. So you can use the sample file from the Telegram. So I am planning to first of all importing the data of products from the Excel. That's the reason you will find over here, you will get an option called as get the data from what? Excel workbook or maybe from the SQL server or maybe any other resources. So here I am interested in going for the Excel workbook. It asks me which is the Excel file which you would like to import. So I am planning to have a products data. This has been specified by me and uploaded by me on Telegram. So you can get this particular file from the Telegram itself. So over here you will find the Power BI is trying to analyze the Excel workbook and telling us that there are two sheets which have been available. One is products and one is sheet 1. Now sheet 1 is the empty sheet. So I am just selecting the product sheet. So it has been evaluated and shows us the column that it consists of product ID, it consists of product name, it consists of supplier ID, category ID, the quantity per unit, unit price, unit in stock, units in order, reordered level and discontinued. Then you can go for transforming the data, but I don't want to do it right now for transforming. I just plan to go for loading a data because in this practical, it has been expected that you should understand, can I get a data from various data sources or not? So fine. So the model has been created by them, Power BI desktop itself, and 77 rows are been accepted. So where I can get these all information. Now currently you are on the concept called the pages of report. But when you come over here as data, you will find this is what the data which is being uploaded by you and imported by you, extracted by you from the Excel sheet. If you are correct with the data, you can just give a click on it. But I don't want to right now change anything into it. I would like that जैसे यहाँ पे आया हुआ है products नाम का Excel sheet से data, वैसे और कहाँ से मैं data import कर सकता हूँ. So I'm able to get and import the data from the SQL server also. I can give a click on SQL server. So it asks me, okay, you would like to connect to the SQL server. Tell me the SQL server name. Now my SQL server name is ./SQL Express. Now this is depends on you. What is the server name which has been installed on your machine? Depending on that, you can provide the server name. Give a click on OK. So it asks me, okay, using my current credentials, should I go for connecting to the backend? I just good connect it to the backend. If you are having separate username and password, you can use that. I just provide a click on OK. And it shows me under your SQL Express, there are multiple databases which are being opened. And would you like to go for importing some data or not? So these are what the databases which are present in my SQL server installed on this machine, which consists of Acuity as a database, BSC IT as a database, Northwind as a database. So either you can just download a database locally, or there is one more feature which has been available that is called as OData Stream. So if you don't have a SQL server, don't worry. Still, you're able to go for connecting to the Adventures DB or the Northwind by using the OData series. So you can get the data by giving a click over here and select the OData Feed. When you give a click on OData Feed, these are some services which are running on a web. So if you don't want to install, you can use the OData feed. So this is what services odata.org. You can go to this website. You can get a lot of different options into it. So where can I get this particular URL? In description, you will find this URL is available. So I just copy this particular OData URL and pasted this. Then given a click on OK. So you don't require to install your SQL server for getting the Northwind data. You can get it from the OData feed. So this shows me these are what all the options which have been available. All these tables have been available. You can select the tables whichever you require to be used for your current business need, current analysis need, and then give a click on OK. So what you had seen right now, we had imported the data not only from one data source, that is Excel, but we had imported the data from the other data sources like SQL Server installed on the same machine, as well as the SQL Server which has been available from the OData feed. So this is the way by which the extractions can be done. Now in our next video, we will try to understand how we can go for implementing these things and how can we create the better Power BI dashboards, etc. Now all these tables can be seen by us in data. So we'll find at right hand side, these are what the different tables which are imported by us like products, orders, employees, where you know that products has been imported from the Excel. Whereas orders and employees and categories are been imported from the OData feed. Right. So this is what the way by which you are able, and even if you want to create some new table, etc., you can create a new table over here also. So a lot of different options have been available. How to utilize these options, we will see in the next video. So thanks a lot, students. Be connected with us. Subscribe the channel.